What's going on? My name's AJ Wrights Crypto, and welcome to the price prediction department. It really does feel good to say that. We are bringing it back in full force, and we are starting off with Ondo. Ondo has taken the crypto world by storm. It did launch back in 2021, but the coin itself, the native token Ondo, launched in January of 2024. All right. And Ondo is the native token of Ondo Finance, which is a blockchain platform focused on tokenizing real world assets, RWAs. We have talked about this at length, and this is only going to bring more liquidity to traditional financial products. So basically, the idea here is to have institutional grade financial solutions offered by decentralized on-chain solutions. And how to, like, that might sound confusing to some people, but like, let's look at the best way to put this. And if you head over to Ondo's Twitter, institutional grade finance on chain for everyone. All right. And what I really like, this tweet right here, where's one? Ondo Finance merges the best of both worlds by creating products with investor protections typically seen in TradFi while leveraging the full range of benefits offered by the composable nature of DeFi. And I think that's really the best way to put it. And guys, we cannot deny the RWA narrative. As mentioned before, the Boston Consulting Group, they say that the tokenization of illiquid assets worldwide is expected to develop into a $16 trillion industry by the close of this decade. And that 2030 projection by the Boston Consulting Group, if you actually read the actual article by Boston Consulting Group, in that study, they say that that is a shy projection. That's a conservative projection. RWAs are going to be worth a lot more than 16 trillion by 2030. But here we are, 2024. We still have a long way to go. And we also don't know what the standard's going to be. How does one project really separate themselves when we know a lot of projects, VeChain, Algorand, Hedera, Ondo, are all fighting to be the king of RWAs in the crypto sector? So one, how do we know who wins? That's step one. But really, I do want to stay focused just on Ondo here. Once they got the coin rolling, they came out swinging. Major exchange listings. They're already on Coinbase. All right. And their partnerships are just absolutely insane. How many partnerships they have accumulated in a short amount of time. Here, tagged on their Twitter, USDY on Arbitrum is live. I remember, earlier this year, Ondo Finance and Pyth network are bringing institutional assets to DeFi. That is massive. I remember back in January, PHEMEX has a deal with Ondo as well, and the Coinbase backed protocol is Ondo. They are backed by Coinbase, and they're also backed by Pantera Capital. There are some serious names behind Ondo and some serious projects partnered with Ondo. We have Cosmos. There's even another one. The list does not end. But the big one for Ondo, everyone knows this, is the deal with the Blackrock tokenized fund to USDC. This is the Blackrock BUIDL fund for USDC stablecoins, and that is absolutely massive. Some people call it the Blackrock coin. From Blackrock to Ondo Finance, this is some pretty serious stuff. Definitely, I'll copy and paste this article in the description if you want to read it earlier this year from CoinDesk. Don't have time to go into everything, but I'm just trying to paint the picture, of Ondo here for you guys, and why a price prediction video is so necessary for Ondo. And hey, not even that, SWI, so Arbitrum, SWI, Pendle, Pyth, Pantera Capital, Coinbase back, BlackRock. Like, are you getting the picture that I'm painting here? It's absolutely insane. Here's another article. Ondo Finance adds $95 million to BlackRock's BUIDL. I mean, this stuff is absolutely amazing. And also, so Ondo is a US based, protocol, but now they're already reaching out to the APAC expansion, which is, the Asia Pacific region. So this is really started, a US based issuer of tokenized securities, but now they're already going global. And I know it feels like, because the coin launched in 24 in January this year, that it feels like this new thing. It feels like a new cycle project, but the Ondo has been around since 21. So it feels new to us, but to them, they've been after it for a long time. We talked about a lot of the positives, a lot of the highlights for Ondo, but we do have to talk about some of the negatives. All right, to start off, before I even get into the tokenomics, okay, we have to talk about the rich list. And the rich list on CoinCarp, according to CoinCarp, is a little bit concerning. The top 10 holders, 87.2. The top 100 holders, 95.2. That is a pretty gnarly rich list. I don't think I've seen one gnarlier than that. That kind of throws me off a little bit. Another thing that throws me off with Ondo. Right now, we are 82nd by market cap, just under 63 cents. I will show you the TA in a little second here, but I want to talk about the tokenomics, okay? We only have 1.44, billion of the circulation in supply out of a 10 billion max supply. Okay, that's not good. We're 14% of the way there. 86% of the supply still has to come into circulation. That is a pretty bad picture for tokenomics. But how do they do it? How is this going to happen? So they have a combination of a linear and a cliff unlock. Okay, so right here, if you actually scroll down a little bit, previous events, this is the big cliff unlock, and for 366 days at 11.3k a day, there's a little linear bleed. So even if you kind of come up here, emissions today, all right, I messed up, emissions today, right, 0.03% of the circulating supply. So the linear unlock is more of a bleed, it's more of a trickle, it's not really a big deal. What the big deal is the cliff unlock. So in 127 days from right now, 1.94 billion Ondo, which is 134.34% of the circulating supply, is going to be added into this equation. And this is kind of represented by this chart down here from token unlock. So here we are. All right. And we do have a little gradual linear, but the linear is basically, don't pay attention to that part. Pay attention to the cliff unlock. Okay. And, January next year, going into 25, the supply of Ondo is going to more than double to the tune of 134%. All right. So let's look at this in terms of the coin perspective. All right. So let's say our target price for Ondo is $5. All right. As of right now, that would require a $7.2 billion market cap. All right. But here's the thing. The top of the next bull run is projected to be Q3 to Q4 next year. And by the time we get there, this major cliff unlock that's going to happen in January is going to happen. The supply of Ondo is going to more than double between now and then. So if we want to see a $5 Ondo, this market cap, this circulating supply that we have right here has to increase by 134%, which would be 3.38 billion. Okay. So around 3.4 billion from where it is now. That's pretty significant. All right. So now, which was once, what we needed before, now look, if we wanted to get to a $5 Ondo, it would require a $16.9 billion market cap. So you can see how much the tokenomics changes this situation because of what the tokenomics were and what the tokenomics are going to be. Massive change. And remember, earlier this year, there was Pyth, and Pyth had its nice run up in the beginning of the year, but then in anticipation of their cliff unlock, which doubled the supply, there was a big sell-off, and its Pyth has been going down ever since. Do I think it's going to turn around? Yes. Do I think an Oracle on Solana is necessary? It's going to perform well? Yes. But we've seen what happens when investors know, okay, this massive cliff unlock is coming. So when it's September now, and we know the supply of Ondo is going to more than double in January, it is kind of scary to buy it now because people might want to sell before the big unlock happens. But it doesn't mean I don't think Ondo has legs. It doesn't mean I don't think it can recover seriously after the unlock. So once the unlock happens in January and the top of the bull market's supposed to be, Q3, Q4 next year, September, October, somewhere in there, will Ondo still have its run? And I believe it will, because it's such a strong project, has such strong backers, has such strong partnerships, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video. So I do just kind of want to look into that, and I do want to pull the chart up, right here. So I already have the Gon fan pulled on this one, you know I got to look a little bit into Gon theory. There isn't much to go off of, to be honest with you. Kind of zooming in, let me get rid of the Gon fan here just for a second. All right. And I do just kind of want you guys to appreciate that Ondo has had, this move up. All right. And then since then it has this move down. It does have a little bit of bullish divergence on the daily chart. Make sure, if you're watching this as this video comes out, to set an alarm on this downtrend. You really would like to trade, the break of that downtrend. And we don't have that much price action to go off of. But what I do know is that from where Ondo is now to its 2024 high, which was its all-time high, is about 144% up the hill. But now let's talk Gon theory. So I got my 45-degree angle. All right, we got it drawn up. So there we go. Here's the Gon fan for Ondo. And like we said before, 2025, the end of 2025. And Ondo has not really got above the 1-1 level, which is the most important line in Gon theory. Okay, we would like to see Ondo in here, but it hasn't really done much trading in here. Ondo's been trading underneath the 1-1. So I kind of think this box represents a lot of maybe where Ondo is going to be. And this, this doesn't really take into account the fact that the supply is going to double. So that has to be remembered. All right. So the bottom end of this, say October 25 to the top October 25 to say, December 25. Let me pull this down a little bit to December 25 here. Right. So we're talking, best case 780, worst case 350. According to Gon theory. So just to put this back into perspective, right now, Ondo is not even at $1 billion yet. It's at $910.4 million market cap. And like I said, this is with the supply the way it is. All right. And with the 63 cents we're at right now, once we double 130%, not double the supply, it's going to increase 130%. So let's put it back to that 63 cents that it's at right now. I mean, I don't know why I did that. So let's put it back to that 63 cents that it's at right now. I mean, we're talking a $2.1 billion market cap just to get to where it is now. So this is throwing a big wrench into my price prediction, but I am going to kind of point back to the Gon theory. And I do want you to realize how much this thing has to grow. So with the heightened supply for Ondo to get to $3, we're asking for a $10 billion market cap. For it to get to $3 with the supply included, that'd be 433%. If Ondo was to go to $5, that would be $16.9 billion market cap, 750%. And just for the sake of argument, if it was to go to $10, 33.8 of 15x. So, I am going to kind of land somewhere in there. I'm going to go ahead and say 350, which was the bottom of the Gon fan. But I don't think we're going to see that 780. I think 780 is asking a little bit early on. I think the tokenomics might be getting in my way of this price prediction, but I'm going to go ahead and say my bottom end of the price prediction is going to be 350, which I mentioned before is 11.8 billion. And then I'm going to go ahead and say $6 for the top end, which would be a $20 billion market cap, a 900% move from here. So there you go. $3.50 to $6 is my range for the Ondo price prediction. I really would like to see maybe a target around 475, about a 711% pump up. So there you go. There is my Ondo price prediction. I think it's a really rock solid project, rock solid partnerships in the RWA narrative. It's attached to Blackrock, attached to Pantera Capital, Coinbase. It has all the right connections. It's a well-connected project, a lot of really strong partnerships. But the fact that 14% of the coins are in supply, the supply is going to grow by 134% in the next January 25, it's September 24. This is happening, and it's really going to be interesting to see how Ondo handles the first part of 25 and if it can really recover from the supply changing, how fast it's going to change. So make sure you keep an eye on this one. I am a little weary about really holding a lot of Ondo right now because I have a bad memory on what happened with Pyth with the gnarly cliff unlock earlier this year. But after the cliff unlock, I think Ondo, that will be essentially the tokenomic situation it's going to be at for the bull run once that 134% comes into the supply. So there you go. $3.50 to $6, target 475. That's what I got for Ondo 2025 price prediction. And I want to know down below in the comments, what is your Ondo price prediction? Let me know down below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My name's AJ Writes Crypto. crypto, get rich or get wrecked. Have a safe rest of your day. Later.